In 2005, I graduated college with a degree in history. I spent 6 months looking for a job in the field of history. And when I figured out no one was hiring at the history company, and the only place I was qualified to work was ancient Rome, I decided to become a high school history teacher. I am currently employed here at a school in Northern Virginia, and I spend my weekdays teaching apathetic, anxiety-ridden teenagers history and how to capitalize their proper nouns. I do my best to capture their attention and make my lessons meaningful. I, however, much like every other teacher who exists in the age of smartphones, struggle to hold their attention. So I'll keep this speech concise and do my best to entertain you. My fellow night owls, my name is Andrea Schindler, like the movie Schindler's List, no relation, and I am honored to be your commencement speaker. I'm not sure why I was chosen to be your commencement speaker, but I suspect I may have captured someone's attention in my application when I mentioned that I was a military spouse who has moved 9 times in the past 13 years. Thank you. There's a lot of holes in my resume. Or that I did stand-up comedy. My last show was January of 2020. I decided to take a break from stand-up comedy and spend 14 months with my family, surrounded by empty wine bottles and a stockpile of toilet paper. Oh, you too? You are my first audience since my last show, and now we can all pat ourselves on the back and be smug about having a superior immune system strong enough to survive a global pandemic. Western Governors University could have chosen anybody from their pool of applicants. But I, an on the verge of quitting, burnt-out high school history teacher, who now owns a master's degree in curriculum and instruction, have been given the distinct privilege to stand here and impart wisdom. My first job as your speaker is to illustrate that what we're here to do today is important. But let's be honest, most of us passed our courses and graduated months ago. We purchased our cap and gown and brought our families here with the sole intention of taking social media photos to let everybody who's not here today know just how smart we are. What we're really here to do today, though, is celebrate this milestone. Around 2,000 years ago, ancient Romans placed stone pillars along the sides of roadways. Typically, these stones were placed a mile apart. A Roman mile was about 5,000 feet. Each milestone was given a unique number, serving as a mile marker. And this is where we get the term milestone from. And most people are familiar with the word, but we use it to indicate that we have crossed an important point in our lives. And as we age, these milestones get fewer and farther apart, and we find ourselves having to be intentional about which milestones we'll cross. I first started to take note of my milestones 10 years ago: my wedding, the births of my 2 kids. These were all important milestones. As I approached 40, I realized that most of the major milestones in my life had already happened, and this made me sad. Then, with my 40th birthday looming on the horizon, I purchased a pair of roller skates. It was part of me trying to reclaim the days of my youth as a car hop waitress at a Sonic drive-in restaurant. These skates were used about 4 times and now live in the back corner of my closet. Then when I turned 40, I decided to start exercising daily for the first time in my entire life. I worked out every day and I lost 55 pounds. I told my husband that I was unhappy in our relationship and that I wanted our marriage to be better. And we started loving each other and communicating in a way that we had never done before. I decided to earn a master's degree in history, a master's degree, because I knew that I had been procrastinating for so long and it was finally time to do it. I thought I would have to accomplish many important milestones in life to be a commencement speaker. It turns out I only had to hit my midlife crisis. It has been 11 months since I turned 40, and I've done a lot of things in this time, and guess what? With the exception of the roller skates, it has been the most satisfying and fascinating year of my life. Even today, I still don't understand exactly what happened, but I have never been more challenged, and this is important, never felt more alive than I do right now. There are few things in this life that are more important than your own self-reflection. What milestones have you passed? Many of you are here today because you set a goal of earning a degree and you worked hard to achieve it. I'm here to tell you that your perceived passing of milestones can be your catalyst for profound reinvention. But we don't get to be the incredible people we are without the investment from others. My parents have always been my biggest cheerleaders. My husband took on my household work so that I could eat dinner quickly and retreat to my computer to work on my degree while he cleared the table and put our 2 kids to bed. You came here today to celebrate your milestone, and so I'm going to ask that you take a brief moment right now and think about the people who have been a part of your life. Those people who celebrate you, the people in your life that invested in you, including those who are no longer with us. Will you do that with me? Will you take one moment of silence with me right now and center your mind and think of those who contributed to the success you are here today to celebrate? Imagine how grateful they must be that on this day of your milestone, you remember how important they are to you. What a privilege it has been to be with you. Thank you for letting me celebrate your milestone, and thank you for being with me here today as I celebrate mine.